you go to school and, you know, oh, my mum works in the shop, or my mum does this, whereas my daughters can say, well, my mum goes and drives these massive machines, and it's not anything that anyone would expect you to say. I've lived around Northamptonshire pretty much my whole life. When I was younger, I did used to want to go to university and ended up having children, and it didn't quite happen. So I was kind of a bit sort of lost, like, what am I gonna do? And I just sort of felt like, well, maybe I'm just gonna be a mum.
How would you spell self?
It's just so easy to just talk yourself out of things. Oh, you can't do that because you're gonna fail, or don't do that because you might make an idiot of yourself. And just not doing things was always the easy option. So I just didn't do them. I was working at the village pub here a month before Christmas, and then the landlord sort of said he was handing his keys back, and it was kind of like, wow, okay. You know, it was a weekly income, so I was relying on that. There were some people from HS2 that had been coming in since the summer. You know, they obviously had noticed I was looking a bit down and a bit sort of worried.
The boot camp was there, and as far as I was aware, the training was open to everybody. So, and she's seen all these people coming and going, and why not?
A boot camp is a 2-week programme to encourage people to become operatives in the construction sector. The programme is designed to take them from point A, where they know nothing about it, and get them to the end point whereby they're able to pass theoretical and practical tests.
I was finding excuses, wasn't I? Oh, I've got kids, and he was like, you can do it, you can do it. And like,
But it's definitely worth doing. If somebody's going to offer you the chance to do these things, take it.
I still hadn't done the health and safety test at this point. He kept going, have you booked that test yet? Have you booked that test yet? And I went, oh no, not yet. I haven't got around to it, I'll do it. He put £20 down on the bar and was like, right, I'm paying for it, you're booking it now, and you're doing it. And it was kind of like, right, okay. So the first boot camp I did was for dumper and roller. So you do 1 week roller and 1 week dumper. It was kind of scary to begin with because everything just seems huge. But it was quite easy to sort of pick up. I actually got on the machine and I absolutely loved it, and I was just like, do you know what? Like, I love this. And I wish I'd done it sooner.
The first skills boot camp she attended with us, she did the ride on roller and articulated dump truck, which is no mean feat in itself to achieve those 2 categories.
I was told I was doing really well on the machine, and do you want to learn the grader? And I was completely like, absolutely not. There's no way I can do that. And there was a lot of encouragement from people within EKFB that sort of said, go for it.
She is the first female grader operator to hold a CPCS card in the UK.
That was just mind-boggling to think that I'd actually done that and nobody else had yet. My eldest daughter was like, no, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm so proud of you, Mum. And just that in itself was amazing to think, you know, my children were proud of me. When I started, there was a lot of comments, kind of like, well, you can't do that. It's kind of drilled into you, isn't it, that women can't do that. It's just a man's job. But then I always had the encouragement from people like Craig.
What gives them the right to tell you that you can't? The only person that can say, I can't do that, is you.
There's so many supportive people on both of those sites, North and South, telling you, you know, you're doing a really good job. And I never thought going into construction that it would be like that. Financially, I'm a lot more better off, I'm a lot more stable. It's helped so much with the children. It sounds silly, but it is life-changing, really.
And when HS2 is finished, if Leonie wants to go, she can go anywhere. You'll always have a job. You're always going to need machine operators.
There's absolutely no way a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have looked at my life and thought, you know, I'm going to be out there driving these massive machines. But I took a chance and I just believed in myself. If my story or what's happened with me has encouraged another woman to go into the industry, I'd absolutely love that. And I just love going to work and having a laugh, really.
Who says they love going to work?
No, just the laugh bit.